G'day, everyone. It's time for some Tomb of Annihilation. Welcome. We're down to the 5th level. Ooh, things are getting scary. To the left of us, we have Cedric. How you doing, Cedric?
Doing excellent about yourself.
Pretty good. That was a nice helmet that I saw earlier. You don't want to show it off? As he pulls something ready in his lap. Very well done.
I'm cuddling it. It's very hard for me to let go right now.
Fair enough, fair enough. And Logan on the bottom left. How you doing?
Really good.
There's usually a lot more bright colored lights behind you.
She may be decorating while we play tonight.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm down with that. Don't worry. And underneath me, Sasha. How you doing?
I am well.
Everything been going all right?
Yeah, can't complain a bit. How about you?
Yeah, all good, all good. Guess changing your name to Chad's friend.
Yes.
It's always
I
the
am.
best way. And Elian, or Brian rather, on the bottom right. How you doing?
I'm doing well tonight.
Excellent. Good to see that the camera's working.
Yep. Unplug, plug, unplug. It works all every time.
Yeah, I had to do a similar thing earlier today. And lastly, on the top right, Sir Lucian. How are you doing, sir?
Pretty good. Helmets like that are really great until they put that 6x9 sticker on it, and then they put a bunch of tape so it doesn't fall off. Right on the side.
That's why God invented pickups.
Yeah.
Cool. So, just as a little recap as to what happened last session, you guys left that room where you had to cut off that guy's arm. I'm pretty sure Olo did that, if memory serves. Yep. You left the room, you proceeded north, and the party got a little bit separated as you jumped through some elementally based puzzle rooms. Or at least when I say you, it was it was Chad's friend and Boone who were propelled teleporting from room to room until finally ending up in a tomb of their own, all by themselves, or at least it seemed so until like 40-odd terracotta warriors decided to come to life once a music box started playing. Good times. After which the party, Boone and Corridon managed to teleport out, momentarily being polymorphed into weird creatures, and then proceeded to leave where they paid the necessary toll at the four-armed gargoyle area, then proceeding down through the shaft into a room that was constantly making grinding noises, mechanical noises, just echoing through this massive level. They landed in a room full of like dying vegetation and a rusty sprinkler, moved northwest into a room with some weird slime on the ground and 5 black dragon heads around, but they proceeded to leave and found what seems to be some sort of a control room. And after explaining the control room a few times so that they get the proper understanding of it, that is where we ended our session. Is there any questions or anything anybody wants to say before we start? No? Alright, well, get on into it. You guys have been inspecting it. I allowed them to have this handout outside of game so they could see it a bit earlier today. I meant to send it earlier in the week, but yeah. So, you have these seemingly 2 buttons, 2 dials, 1 lever, some pipes, some illustrations on the walls of different gear orientations labeled 1 through 5, with number 3 currently lit up. What is your plan? What is everybody doing? Oh, whoa, guys, slow down. Don't all speak at once, okay? Okay, calm down.
Hoping my intelligence 18 wizard can figure this out, because the intelligence 11 Lucian can't.
11. Well,
the intelligence 8 Olo is the intelligence 8 Cedric. Definitely cannot.
I got it. I'm just not telling anyone.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I figured it out twice.
Well, as a reminder of the advice that you got from some of the spirits, Shrewd Papazotl asserts that the blue controls are helpful, but the red controls are obviously baleful. And Fretful Unk thinks she can figure it out. Maybe if you study it for a while.
Yeah, Olo's just staring at it catatonically, hoping that his muscle friend will figure it out.
You better get in here. I'm going to turn this knob.
Yeah, I would say let's at least only do one thing at a time.
Sure, I'm telling you to get in the room, though.
So we're all in it right now, right?
Out of
The
wizard.
hallway that we're in is not in one of the 3 rooms.
I'm just saying you definitely want to be in here with me.
You haven't showered in a while. I'm not quite sure on that.
Yeah, I've got a goat phobia. I'm not sure I can be in this enclosed space with you. I'll be over here.
I am going to click the blue knob.
The button or the knob?
The knob, I'm going to turn the knob
Left or right?
left.
We're not hearing you, Danimal. Or I'm not hearing him.
I'm not
hearing it either.
I'm getting a ton of echo, but I'm not hearing Danimal.
Did you quit out of Zoom audio?
Yep. Is somebody on open mic, maybe?
I'm muted.
Mine's push to talk.
Can you hear
I
me
am
now?
muted. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I was just testing something, and yeah, it obviously didn't work. And I don't think it's my end then. Anyway, hey, I'm
Oh,
back.
you're breaking up.
Oh, you can't hear me at all?
You're in and out.
That's not cool. All right, give me.
We get the first words and not the last words.
Well, isn't that annoying?
Isn't that ...
Annoying. How about now? Is it any better now?
Yes.
Okay, I will stop trying to fix things that aren't seemingly broken, therefore breaking things more. How about that? Okay, so you, assuming you all can hear me, you say that you turn the dial?
Yes.
And you were turning it to the left.
Yes.
Okay, so you turn the dial to the left, and when you do, it snaps back to the right. Sorry, it snaps back to the center. And hang on, something's screwing up. Okay, cool. You turn the blue dial to the left, and it snaps back to the center, and you see the crystal that is lit up on area 3 turn off, and area 2 is lit.
Do we hear any noise?
Nothing so far.
I want to push the blue button.
Push it. Alright, you push the blue button, at which point the entire level begins to tremble as the giant cogs seemingly begin to rotate outside. Not many of you have a good view, but you can see some movement. And while this is happening, if you all could just stay in that room, that'd be great. Because those who are quite familiar with Roll20 might understand that I have to redo the dynamic lighting super quick. It'll only take me a small amount of time, so bear with me. Alright, so you hear the grinding of the gears, and if anyone goes to look out down the tunnel, you may do so now. And you can see that the way is currently blocked off.
So this mimicked one of the situations where the far left-hand room doesn't have an open door to us.
Because 2 doesn't. If you look at the
We're not
drawing
throwing
of
the star.
2. Must be.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's the plan.
So
Yeah,
if we do
well,
that,
We're where the star's at, right?
do it one more time. Same thing, right? We'll be on 1.
4 has the same setup too, Dan.
We need
Right, but
5.
I think
sorry.
it's going backward, and then we get to 5, and we might see the door open again, and then we verified that that's true.
Doesn't 3 have an open door too?
We started in 3.
Oh no, 3's going there. Okay, I see it now.
So what's the plan?
I'm going to turn the knob to the left and push the blue button.
Alright, you turn the knob to the left and you see the light go out on number 2 and ignite on number 1. And the gears rotate as the whole level rumbles again, and yeah, you see another wall blocking the way at the end of this tunnel.
So even though he turned the knob the opposite way,
Oh, did he
it
turn
still
it to
went
the right?
1.
Sorry,
No.
I
He's gone
No, I
left
turned
twice.
it to the left.
yeah, you turned it to
This
the
is
Oh,
all
he said
exactly how
left
it's supposed
twice.
to be.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. That's what I thought.
The question is there anything going to happen if you turn it to the left again, or should we
Let's
go
try
to
that.
the right some?
Just to be safe.
What do you want me to do?
One more time, same thing.
Left again. And see if it
Left
jumps to 5.
and the blue button.
All right, you press
You
left.
break it.
You press left again, and it jumps to number 5. And then you press the button. The whole thingy rotate. All the gears seem to rotate again, and you see that there is now. Still need to do the dynamic lighting, but you see that there is now an entryway back into. Don't want to delete any of the good dynamic lighting. An entryway back into the cogs. And you may proceed. Nope, don't proceed. I pressed the wrong button. And if anybody is watching, they can see how you apply dynamic lighting correctly and incorrectly. Alright, you can probably go now if you want.
So the star room is definitely the control room. But we don't know what all these other symbols are and which one we actually want.
And those symbols don't make any sense given the languages we know. There's nothing that would give us a clue.
Alright, so tell me what you see in the symbols.
I see a Stonehenge symbol, a V, and a chain link, maybe. On 2 wavy lines in the center.
Mm-hmm. So you were talking about the star on the left, the Stonehenge on the bottom, the wavy lines on the north, what you thought was a chain link on the top right, and then there's that symbol on the bottom right as well.
Yeah, a V, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyone can make an intelligence check if they want. Well, Boone, you figured it. Oh, this is obviously the star room. There's like a star rod here. Like, that makes sense. So maybe the other rooms have, or the other areas have some sort of significance with something that's inside them, perhaps. You haven't been there. You could make, like, you as in your players could make possible guesses, but other than that, all you can come to the assumption is that maybe it relates to something.
Looking back into that room, does anything look like it's changed? Like, was it flooded? Now it's super wet because something happened, or is it all ashes because a big fire burned through it while it turned, or does it look exactly the same?
You look in it, and it looks like it's been rotated. That's about it. Like, you walk in and you realize that the puddle of that slime that's in the center of the room is in exactly the same place, except rotated around. And yeah, it still has the 5 black dragon heads. Nothing else seems to be different.
Here's the problem. We're going to have to split the party because somebody's going to have to stay in the control room. And we need to be able to communicate.
What? Okay, here's a question. When we were in room number 3, what was the south west, the Stonehenge symbol? What was that pathway?
You saw down, and it went into a tunnel, but you didn't see any more than that.
Yeah,
I mean-
none of us went down it.
Could we have to just go to a different control room? I mean, what if we have to go to the V symbol on the far right, or the chain link on the far top? And what does the red button do?
Don't touch it.
Is that Vanguard's professional opinion?
Yes.
Have we touched the star thing yet?
Red is
The
bad.
lever?
I don't think we have. Pull the lever.
Pull lever.
Is that Corridon pulling the lever?
That's me pulling the lever.
All right, so you pull the lever from the up position down to the down position. And as you do, underneath where the lever is, you feel a locking mechanism grab onto the lever, and it is now stuck in the down position. As this happens, slime begins to pour out of the iron pipes that's on the back wall. The slime covers the entire area, shooting out, pouring in. Yeah, the slime's pouring in.
How is it coming in pretty fast? As in, we think it's going to start to fill this room?
Well, if it was going to fill the room, you feel like it would pour out before that point in time. But just give me 1 second to properly read something. My apologies.
I think the slime dripping out of the tubes is a pretty good example of what we were looking there.
Should probably put your finger in that tube to shut it off.
I am no Dutch boy.
All three hands.
All right, so the slime is pouring into the room, and it hits everybody in the room, and everybody takes this much psychic damage.
How much?
Everybody takes 8 psychic damage.
Psychic slime?
Yeah, supposedly. So everybody mark off that 8 damage, and I would also ask what everybody is doing at this present time.
Is it continuing to come out of these pipes?
Yeah.
And how wide and how many of the pipes are there?
There are 3 pipes, and it's slowly pouring out.
And we
How
can't
wide
push
are the
that lever
pipes?
back up now?
I'm sorry. You can try.
I'm going to try to push the leather back up.
Okay, like with brute strength.
Start gentle, Chad's friend.
Yeah, brute strength!
Snap.
Athletics check, please. Yep, you snap it off. You now have in your hand a golden lever. And as you snap it off, you see the slime stop pouring out. And now there is also slime in the corridor. And I will say that Orvex probably would have joined Lucian in his tactical retreat, along with T-Lad, who would have ran into the other room. And everybody who's still in that room will take one more d10 of slime, as it's just another 8 of slime. And I'll say that Orvex, Vanguard, and what's his name? Bythor only take 4 more damage. Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Ah, crap. That didn't work so good.
Oh, now you have a nice, slender, golden star rod.
Here you go, Boone. Here's your crummy star wand.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna go look at this opening over here.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. So, did you walk through that slime puddle just then, where Bythor currently is?
Well, I assume if Bythor is standing there, something happened to him. Because I walk around if something happened to him.
Yeah, he takes since he's not making any specific movement to try and avoid it, he takes 2 more psychic damage from this slime, which is the same kind of slime that was pouring out of that room.
How tall are these walls?
You can walk on them if you want. I would say I think they're 20 feet, maybe 10.
Chicken and I are going up to stay away from the slime.
Yep, you're holding on to him.
Yes, he's holding on to me too, but yes.
No worries.
Yeah, seeing him in pain, I will avoid it.
Oh yeah. And yeah, you'll see that there is slime in the corridor as you try and walk out Corridon. But you guys have taken enough damage already from the slime, so I'm not going to count that one.
Wait, were we on 3? Was that the color that we were on?
You were originally on 3, and you're currently on 5.
5. Okay, thanks.
Alright, so you are looking out, Vanguard, out through that open doorway?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you see out here is a seemingly, you see like a underground lake. The white dots you can see on the water seems to be like luminescent phosphorus sea life, like crabs and snails, you know, that kind of underground crustacean. And the I believe that the water has a slick to it.
Is stuff moving in it?
I would say that there is life living in it. Like you can see a luminescent snail slowly snailing along underneath the water. You might see a fish here and there.
Does it seem to have a current flowing one way or the other?
No, it seems to be rippling off the walls and off the gears. You can still hear that progressive noise, and if everything was perfectly still, almost minor to the point where you can't even feel it, vibrations, and you can see those rippling off the water.
I'm going to tell the people in the room, if we can go back to 3, we could get the whole party to go take a look at one of those alcove rooms, because it looks like there's the one that has the pi symbol on it, and we don't have to split everybody. There may be another control room in that one too.
Yeah, I can see that being a thing. Multiple control rooms for multiple...
It's the only way I can figure out that you can get all the way through each of the pieces is to have to be able to get to one of these next control rooms to move the design to let you open up the other rooms.
That makes sense.
As a side note, sorry, Vanguard, I will also say that the air reeks of decay. But majority of you would be able to feel that anywhere that the area that you can smell where there's water and such.
All right, I'm gonna cast a spell.
What are you casting?
I'm gonna cast Arcane Gate. And I'm gonna go back to Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Leave this party behind. No, I'm gonna cast. I counterspell your counterspell. Let's go with this cool one.
Conjure Elemental. All right, so you're spending a minute slowly casting a spell. What material component are you focusing on?
The water.
Okie dokie. All right, so is anybody doing anything over this minute?
I want to study those creepy carvings on the walls.
Yeah,
while he's doing this.
yeah, totally. The what are they? The 5 black dragon like heads that are carved into the stone walls. Go for it. You might have to climb up a bit, but you're a strong guy. You can get up there. So what are you wanting to look at? What's your goal?
I want to go from each one to each one and see if there's any differences and how the difference in stances, like because there's multiple rooms, multiple dragons, like if they're facing different directions, if one of them looks different from the others, if they're buttons.
All
I
right.
just basically wanted to go over them in detail since they're the only thing in this room.
If you're intensely looking at them, you'd be able to see minor differences. Of all 5, you can see that there seems to be some sort of like caustic acid effect where like it seemed to erode away slightly in the mouth, but that seems to it looks like that happened a while ago, not recently, and they seem quite similar to each other than minor insignificant differences.
Okay. In the mouths, are there holes there?
Yes, there are holes.
Okay. I'm gonna point out to Boone while Vanguard is casting. I'll point out to Boone and Elian that I'm pretty sure this is an acid trap.
If I walk over there, knowing that he thinks it's a trap, and I search,
So you're wanting to search just any of the skulls?
the whole artwork piece, I would guess, if we've got a minute to
Yeah.
waste.
You search, and yes, you can see that it seems like something could shoot out of this out of this hole in the back of it. And judging by the fact that it's a black dragon and the fact you can see acid erosion, you feel like, hey, this could shoot out acid.
Is there any way to just trigger, I guess?
You can't notice any particular way. Would you like to make an investigation check?
Be the red button in the control room.
Maybe. Who knows?
I would
Popples
not.
almost.
So we're stuck in this room.
Has the slime stopped coming in from the other room?
Oh yeah, and you feel like it's mostly drained away somehow.
Yeah, Boone, did you figure anything out with that crummy star one?
The piece of broken metal you gave me?
Uh-huh.
No.
Okay.
Do you think it could bear something on this investigation?
I'm thinking if you take it and worm around in the dragon hole there, you may figure something out.
All right.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna stare at you the whole time I'm doing that. Like, what kind of idea is this?
It's a good idea.
It's a goat man idea.
This is a goat man idea. But I'm keeping
You're
the
a
other
goat
man
man.
here.
I'm not a goat
He's the
man.
only
You're
one
a
who went
goat
in the other room. You're Boone's friend.
You know, everybody loved a goat man when I was taking Beholder to Pound Town.
Dude.
I loved Goat Man when he was stuck to the big iron ball.
So Vanguard,
Like
do you see and do you have control of this water elemental?
Let's see. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So what I would like it to do, and I believe, can I communicate with it? I assume I can.
I didn't actually read that part. I'm sure you can at least give it commands. It's friendly to you and your companions. Roll initiative for it. It obeys any verbal command you issue it. No action required. If you don't issue any command, it defends itself. So yeah, it's just chilling.
All right. I'm gonna have it guard me.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Needed more NPCs.
I did. Super cool ones.
Oh yeah.
So what if we tried setting this to 3? It lets us access 2 rooms at a time, and see if we can get into that other. Is that an opening into the pie thing there? I can't tell if room 3 only has 1 opening or 2. It looks like it has 2 that are right next to each other.
Whatever the
I think
setting was
opening
on
into the
when
pie.
we first got here, there was also a hallway south we could go down. That we didn't.
Well. 5 intelligence is pretty okay, right?
That's not the worst.
What's your plan with that elemental?
Just thinking about having it reconnoiter, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with it.
Well, are you going to have it reconnoiter the lake?
I bet it can breathe water.
No. What? DM?
I think it can.
What's wrong?
I think it can fit into anything, so I think it can squeeze through these cracks.
So where are you wanting it to go?
I'm debating.
Ah, fair enough.
You guys do your thing while I'm trying to figure out what I want to do.
Well, our thing involves hitting buttons. Do you want to stay here while we do that?
As long as you don't hit the red button.
Corridon.
What about me says a red button to you?
Everything about you is a
Pretty much
red button.
everything, really.
It can do waveform, which means it can fit through spaces as narrow as 1 inch wide without squeezing. I can see this room over here where I suspect there's a room that we haven't seen. So if I ask the elemental to squeeze through this space, DM,
Mm-hmm.
look into the room,
Mm-hmm.
and then come back here to me and using its water form, mimic the shape of anything inside the room, any object it sees in the room. So if it sees a table, it comes back and tries to mimic a water table.
Okay.
Or am I going a little too overboard with that?
No, I'm liking the idea. I'm definitely liking the idea. So you want it to go into the room, see if it sees anything, and then leave the room, and then try to convey to you what it sees.
You take the shape of the different objects it sees in the room.
Okay, it can certainly try. All right,
Sure,
so
let's see what happens.
it goes into the room, comes back. This probably takes all of, I don't know, 18 seconds, nothing big.
Okay.
And it'll slime past you, get here, and I want to say it lies down on the ground and almost adopts a humanoid shape.
Right? Possible body, and I say, okay, any other objects to see if it switches into anything else?
It goes back into its normal, I don't know, hulking, semi-humanoid form.
All right. So I tell well, everybody sees it, so I think there might be a body in that room. I'm guessing no control panel, or it would have tried to take the shape of a square control panel. So I think it's one of these things where it's this thing that's been messing with us this whole time. So it's definitely going to try to not make it easy. And I bet it's going to try to split us. So somebody has to control while the rest reconnoiter.
I think we should go back, hit the button twice, get us back to 3, like Ilion said, and look at the pie room before we make that decision. If the pie room's a control room, then should be easy.
Agreed.
Or we can not waste that time because it's not going to be easy.
Do you have another solution?
Yeah, I just said it.
You guys can stay in this room. I'll go flip the switches to get us to 3 and then come back in.
And you can probably communicate with him with the helm of telepathy even when he's in between rooms.
Range of 30 feet.
Well, I'm voting along with Boone that we do room 3 and see what's in the pie room and then make the decision from there. It won't take long to reset the rooms.
Mm-hmm. So what's the
Sure,
plan?
I'm just going to stay here.
Okay. And you'll see that you have to kind of like jump quickly and try and not stay on that slime that Elian is currently standing above as he walks on the walls.
Yes, I'm above.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get out of the way of these possible acid jet things, and I
Of course.
remind them not to push red.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You try and get out of the way of them, Vanguard, but you see no matter what point you are in the room, due to the pentagonal nature of it, and each one facing from a side pointing towards a vertices, there seems to be no way.
Right, but I want to make sure I'm not like getting hit by 5 of them.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so what is the exact plan? What do you plan on doing?
Turn the blue knob, hit the blue button.
Okay, which direction are you turning the blue knob and how many times?
Left once.
Left once, okay. Alright, so this is the only downside to this thing is resetting it each time. But it is all good.
Well, we're gonna go back to 3 if the pattern holds. So if you just want to reset us to 3 and it works.
Alright, so I will say that it changes to 4, at which point it all rotates. Everybody in that room, as it rotates, everybody in that hex, you hear the sound of it going ching, 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 and it feels weird as the whole thing rotates. And you hear the almost slight sound of air pushing out of these 5 black dragons. Just like air is being pushed out. Like it sounds like almost like a whistling, like an echoing. And that's it. You guys are fine. Nothing bad happens, as far as you're aware, at the very least. And
There's no smell to it.
maybe there's like an acrid smell a little bit, but not too much. And then once it stops, because I am going to say that it'd be easier if I don't have to change it for this one. You see a hole pointing at a cave wall up there, and a hole pointing at a cave wall down there. Is that fair enough? Is there anything anybody would want to have done before he changes it to the next one?
We don't see anything else but water and a cave wall.
You would see on the north one about 10 feet and then a cave wall, and then on the south one you would see about 15 feet and then a cave wall.
What do you suppose is in there?
And it's water just like you saw it before, Vanguard, with the luminescent sea life.
Okay.
Alright, cranking it to 3.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'm just going to move you guys there, so have fun with that. Just temporarily, as I rip up this dynamic lighting and put down the new dynamic lighting.
No.
Do you remember this room? Ooh, creepy, right? Choose side. Okay. And then the dynamic lighting. Ho, ho, ho. Click, 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 click. Boom, click, click.
Another room where it required somebody to be on the outside.
Yeah,
People had to be on.
Seems to be a theme, huh? Alright, I will be bringing you back in about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on back in, down to level 5. And again, you feel the air movement, the air coming out of the black dragon heads, but again, nothing seems to be coming out other than movement. So, yeah. Does everything look all right?
Everything looks good.
Cool.
Jump over that slime.
You jump over that slime. If you take your time, I'm fine with it. You're a life fellow.
I'm gonna catch him.
Titanic style.
Yep, like a little baby.
Little bambina.
He's my little baby bard. I'm gonna wear him around in a papoose.
Okay. Have fun
We
with that.
cross over, and I'm going to stay on the ceiling and start to cross into the second room.
All right. You walking on the ceiling, you do notice that the ceiling never rotates. It is just the walls that rotate. So the ceiling seems to be the same and doesn't quite mesh perfectly with the walls, but it almost meshes right. All right, so looking into that central room, which you've now unlocked access to again, you do notice that some things have changed. You see that there seems to be water over everything. Before, it was kind of dry and everything was dying a bit. But you see that there, like from your position, Elian especially, you can see that where the sprinkler was, it seems to have be a bit more moist. And it wasn't moist before you turned any of the gears.
Okay. I'll start to move into the room.
All right, and as you
Chicken's still on my shoulder.
As you're moving in,
Yep.
The vegetation looks a bit like it looks like nice and fresh almost.
Well, I'll share that with the rest of the party.
Well,
and
check it
start
out.
to get towards this other hall here. Oh, shoot, stupid. Stay with me, chicken.
Okay. So, Corridon and Olo, as you guys enter the room, and I will say everybody else moves a little bit closer at the very least. Orvex would have been stepping in, and Lucanu probably would have been not too far from you, Corridon. You suddenly see movement in the room as some of this vegetation seems to stand up and try to attack, as I will have everybody please roll me initiative.
What is that?
It's standing
It's
up
the
vegetation.
order in which we attack stuff, so everybody has to roll and they get a number. Whoever is behind has to go first.
You're excellent at
This is my
explaining.
first time.
You're excellent at explaining things, Lucian. Have you ever tried DMing yourself?
I'm thinking about it.
God, I'm so patient.
Well, just let me know, and I'll happily plan a game if you want to run one. No worries. Ooh, Vanguard got maximum initiative.
I got this idea of a big red dragon attacking people, so I think it'd be a good adventure if I did it.
Cool.
Are
I thought
these
you got.
shambling mounds?
I thought you got maximum initiative, but it was by Thor. I was looking forward to seeing your, 27, 28?
Yeah, +7.
Yeah, 27, yeah. All right, so I'm going to have Boone go before Bythor, because Boone has a higher dex mod. And I'm going to have Elian go before Boone, because Elian has an even higher dex mod. If everyone is acceptable with that.
Water elemental's out of order there.
Oh yeah. Do you want me to? Is he in there? Oh yeah, I see him. Right. Nicely done. Okay, and at this point, all right. So Elian, you are surprised, as is, but you're no longer. As is Boone, and no longer. Bythor is no longer. T-Lad is no longer. Vanguard is no longer. Olo is no longer surprised. Neither is Lucanu, and neither is Orvex. Unfortunately, one of the very few people. Actually, no. Everybody, you are no longer surprised.
Lucian, can't you not be surprised?
Oh, that's a good point.
Aren't you immune to surprise?
Are you immune to surprise, Lucian? What
Yep.
does it say on your thing specifically?
Papalzado says, I can't be surprised. You can't be surprised. You gain advantage on all wisdom checks, and you never take damage from falling.
I will allow you to have your turn, Vanguard.
Sweet. So as they're all not noticing something,
You feel like almost a pinprick in the back of your mind as almost like a pointy-nosed, pointy-beaked bird taps the inside of your brain, and you look over and you see them rising up as everybody else is just walking around.
I like it.
Good catch, Cedric.
Thank you.
Although you shouldn't know
Of course.
We've discussed it.
I know. So, what is the plan?
I'm going to keep my concentration up, so I'm going to take the dodge action, and I'm going to shout to my party members, which obviously still doesn't do anything to break their surprise, and then I order the water elemental to attack the green living things, and and that'll be Vanguard's turn.
Okay, no worries. And with that, you do see that there is a third shambling mound appear, but none of you are now surprised as they appear and go to attack you, but they seem to be moving as fast as molasses. I like that phrase. I like molasses. All right, so Olo, I believe you're probably going to get, unfortunately, you know what? No, I'm going to give some to Lucanu. All right, so
Lucanu's in here taking my job.
okay, fine. I'll move back.
No, it's fine. You can have it.
Okay. So I'm going to try and hit Lucanu twice. Alright, so I believe neither hit, and then I'm going to try and hit you twice, Olo. I believe a 23 hits.
The 23 does hit, yes.
Alright, you take 13 bludgeoning damage. And then...
God, it's a plant.
Oh, yeah. And,
Olo's super offended. He's being attacked by nature.
And since Alien specifically said he was near the roof, I'm going to say it can't reach him. So these two attacks are against Corridon. Smack, smack. Alright, 22 hits for 13 damage again. A 15. Does that hit or miss?
That misses?
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Alright, and with that, we are at the top of the turn order. Elian, you're up. You are no longer... You can have your turn.
Alright, I'm going to take 2 shots at the one closest to me.
Alright, shoot away. Alright, and are you shooting while trying to hold Chicken?
Chicken's holding me at the same time.
Alright, so
Does he have enough to grasp on?
as you go to shoot, I would like Chicken to make a strength check. DC, let's say 11 to hold on.
Hold on to the...
Yeah, Chicken holds on. Alright, so Chicken's grasping onto you, maybe with a little bit of tail work, and he starts to slip a bit, but he flaps. He's holding on. He's fine. He's fine. No worries. The first one hits. The second one misses. For 9 damage. Anything else on your turn?
Use my bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on. Sorry about that.
Yeah, go for it. I'll allow you to roll it. Nice. Anything else? Staying where you are?
No, that'll be it.
Okay. Boone.
I'm going to throw my staff to the ground and say the command word and summon forth a giant pipe.
All right.
Awesome.
Oh, didn't I add him here? I thought I had everything added. I even had the
Giant
party
creature.
T-Rex and all that. No worries.
T-Rex.
I'll go grab him. So G for giant. There are a lot of giant things. So whereabouts are you wanting to throw him down?
That's actually good.
All right, cool. And does he roll initiative now?
We can.
Yeah, do that. You have the character sheet enabled,
I
right?
do.
Sweet. Five. Hey, Cardin, what's your initiative? What's your dexterity?
14.
14. Ooh. Do you want him to go first, or do you want to go first?
I want him to go first.
All
I'm
right.
patient.
No worries. Cool. All right, anything else, Spoon?
That's it.
All right. It is now Bythor's turn.
I think he's going to go in with his mace. 10, 15, 20, 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Swinging away with his mace as you're typing it in.
Oh, shush.
He'll make 2 attacks at advantage because he has pack tactics.
Hack tactics, indeed.
So, number 1,
Mm-hmm.
20 hit.
Definitely hits.
So he does 4 bludgeoning damage.
Indeed.
Then a 23.
That also hits.
4 more bludgeoning damage. Does he feel like the bludgeoning damage is getting all the way through, or does he feel resistance?
He feels like he's connecting and doing damage.
All right. Good job, Bythor.
All right. It's now time for T-Lad, as we are naming him. And T-Lad doesn't like getting his hands dirty. He might just shoot a ray of frost out. And yeah, he'll try and do some cold damage onto this thing, thinking, yeah, cold damage is probably the way to go. Doesn't look that effective, though. All right, Vanguard, you're up.
All right, we've got some good blocking room in there. I'm going to move to here. And shocking grasp the top one.
Go for it. Oh, you critically hit. And as you hit it with lightning damage, it seems to do nothing. In fact, it even seems to invigorate it a bit.
I healed it. Awesome.
But I will
So
say...
it doesn't do the damage, but what about the reaction?
I will say, it specifically says in the spell that it can no longer use its reactions, correct?
Because if so, I'm going to take that step back.
Yeah, I'll allow that, definitely, because let me read it super quick. On a hit, the target takes that much and can't take reactions until next turn. You've listed out so much. It's like you grab onto it and it's like, oh yeah, and it like closes its shambling mound, and it is
Look, my friend.
Did you just
It
give a
is
sentient compost heap a hand job?
as you As you grasp it, it feels elated so much that it allows you to leave.
It's a good
You elated it by grasping it. That's good.
Olo's just jealous. He hasn't gotten it.
I'm
Anything
good.
else?
I'm really good.
No, I'll move back to there and I'll tell my water elemental to. I want the water elemental to come down and attack this one.
Oh yeah.
Ola, did you see him do that?
No.
Olo, you're up.
Keep joking, you're gonna stay a goat.
So
What happens
which is the
in the
one that
weird
he just
pyramid
healed?
room stays in these rooms.
So sorry, Olo.
Which is the one that he just lightninged?
The north
Yeah,
one.
I will
blissed
also
out-
say lightning doesn't work as I move back.
the blissed out one is
Yeah.
the north one.
So I'm going to reach out one claw and shove it into the chest of the center of mass of the writhing tentacles and plants in front of me, and yell, "Go to sleep!" and cast Blight.
Nice. Okay, I make some form of save, I assume. Probably con?
Constitution save at disadvantage.
Yep.
And it automatically takes max damage because it is a plant creature.
I believe that's 64, is that correct?
It is 8d8.
64.
Yep, so 64 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, so I'll paint a
As
picture for you. Vanguard reaches over, and then you see this thing like wriggle with elation and anticipating the next thing that touches it, and you just reach on in, and half of it just melts away in black ichor as you completely like destroy more than 50% of it, or about 50% of its mass, and it is no longer feeling like this is a nice place to be.
I'm gonna turn and look to Lucian or Vanguard and give him a claw up, like, yeah, it works.
I softened him up.
Good distraction. It's a 1-2. And then I will stink bug him with my odor. No.
Stink bug away. Big old
2
2.
points.
Alright, it's Lucanu's turn. And she is going to do the old 1, 2, 3 with her greatsword as she pulls it out and tries to take out this creature. Critically misses twice, but crits once. Cool. Okay. Minus that much, and minus that much.
Go big or stay home is what's her motto.
Yeah. Both ends of the spectrum. Her next one, definitely going to be a crit. Alright, Orvex is up, and Orvex is kind of freaking out. And he's going to try to... Which one would he shoot? I'd say he doesn't have a good shot on the one that Lucian touched. So he's going to shoot the one in the center. Alright, Orvex. So many character sheets to have open. Kapow! Orvex just hits and does an okay amount of damage, and he's going to step back. And he will see the water elemental begin to move into the area. So, what movement does it have? 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's not much space in here. Let me guess.
He can occupy a space of an enemy.
Does it say he can occupy it? Oh, yeah, with the whole whelm thing.
Yeah, so he can do the whelm. So I was hoping he could get right on top of it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's its maximum movement, so it can either be like there or there or there.
How about it just dashes out of my way?
Swear to God, if that elemental bathes me.
Where do you want it to be, Vanguard? Or do you want it to dash to move a bit further?
Yeah, just seeing if there's anything else we can do here.
It doesn't say that it negatively affects anyone that it enters the space of.
Yeah, I think it will. Well, the question is, if it dashes, can it then go there,
It could end its turn right there.
or anywhere with a dash? Because I can go 60 feet.
Correct.
Yeah, I think it'll dash and do that.
All right, so it's going to occupy entirely that creature's space. Cool. And I'm just going to make it smaller so everyone can see that it's still there. But, yeah. Cool. All right.
Trying to gain it, and there's like a battle going inside of like a small plant inside a whirlpool.
Sounds cool. All right. Giant Constrictor Snake is up. So your command was to fuck these guys up?
Yep. Can he still attack that while it's being whelmed? All right. And I've got 2 attacks, a bite and a constrict. Do I choose one or do I use them both?
You can only do one.
He'll just dive in there too. As long as the water elemental's swirling around, he'll jump on them both and try to constrict them.
All right, so which one do you want to constrict? North or south? Well, the middle. South. All right, roll for it. You constrict as the snake wraps around it, snapping branches. You see vegetation falling off it, and it is grappled and restrained. All right, Corridon, you are up.
Does restrained give me any bonuses to hit him?
Oh, yeah. You have advantage.
I think I'm going to move into here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to attack the one that is restrained.
Go for it. All 3 connect.
Jesus Christ, dude.
That 15.
Have you rolled below a 20 since you got that staff?
He has. That 15 is a natural 2.
God damn it.
39.
Mm-hmm. Anything else, Corridon, or is that enough for you?
Yeah, right, lass. I'm hollering over to Lucana.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I've got this one.
She would have did more damage than you.
But she didn't.
She would have if she connected, but unfortunately she did not.
But you're attacking the one that's all like bound up. She's attacking the one that's fighting back.
Just saying, part of being good is hitting stuff.
Speaking of fighting back, this shambling mound is going to try and do 2 attacks on the what's it gonna pick? Olo, Snake, or Corridon?
I mean, I did just melt one of her friends.
Alright, I
Or
will
water
say
elemental.
the north, yeah, that's a good point. The north one is going to attack Olo. That one's a no-brainer. 2 attacks against Olo for the north one. Did they come through? I'm gonna press it again slowly. Okay, mine's not coming through. You all can hear me, right? I'm still connected to the internet.
Yep.
Right. Oh, no, okay. It just took a while to catch up.
Third
Alright, so it's just the first 2, not the third one. 26 hits you for 13 damage.
Roger that.
Oh, never mind that in golf. Okay, and then the middle one... I'm going to roll a d4. Going anti-clockwise from Olo. It's going to hit Olo twice. The middle one is going to hit Olo twice. You do connect, Corridon, and you take 6 more damage, Olo.
Oh, from that second hit?
Yeah.
16?
16 damage has been added. And then the bottom one, which has disadvantage, I'm going to say it either attacks the water elemental or the snake that is got it grasped. So D2, 1 is the water elemental. It is attacking the water elemental twice. Pow pow. Both miss. Okay, Elian, you're up.
All right. I'm actually going to take my next 2 shots at the half one because I'm assuming it's still up, right?
Against the which one?
The one that Olo had basically melted in half. Does it look like that half still moving?
Oh yeah, the one to the very north.
Oh, okay. Yep, I'm going to take a shot at that one twice.
Okay.
Oh, the second one didn't look good, but the first one looks like it hit.
Yeah, you hit with the first one. Oh, longsword.
And I've got to add the hunter's mark in there too. Hold on.
You did longsword, not
You're fighting with
longbow.
a sword?
Oh, my bad.
Do one attack with the longsword for the because it hits, and do the damage with the do the damage with the longbow because the natural one would have missed anyway. So 10.
The hunter's mark piece on it too.
The hunter's mark is on the southernmost one.
Oh, that's right. I can't flip it. Ah, all right.
Not till it's dead. Anything else?
No, that'll be it for me.
Boone, you're up.
Southern one's still there. Still moving. I'll attack that.
Okay, go for it. If it is the southern one, you have advantage. That's a hit for 24 and a 23. Oh, there's 3 of them. Is it running slow for you as well?
No, I get 1 extra attack from Shigambi.
I think that's
Yes,
the attack
you
action,
do.
isn't it? I will have a look. I believe
You get an entire another attack action.
I think if you take the attack action, you get an extra attack. I could be wrong, but that was my reading of it. Shagambi. You can make 1 extra attack when taking the attack action on your turn. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't translate to Eldritch Blast. But 2 of them definitely hit. And you don't have your charisma on that, unfortunately. Why does it keep deleting?
I don't know.
Right.
I had it set.
All right, well, 10 more damage, so 18 plus 9, 27. 27 damage. And it takes
Nice.
both blasts, and it is just getting decimated inside this watery creature that is wrapped up by another green creature. Anything else?
That's it.
Bythor. He's whacking again.
Yeah,
Get him, Bythor.
with double advantage. Does an 11 hit?
It does not, I'm afraid.
It's a 13 hit.
Oh, let me check. No, unfortunately, both misses.
God,
Ineffective.
Bythor, get in the game.
All right, this realizing that the ray of frost isn't really cutting it, he goes, well, fine, and he'll just do the minimal effort that he can and cast magic missile at the one to the south, dealing 9 points of damage. And Vanguard, it's your turn.
I feel like
I
he's
dodge.
pulling his weight.
You dodge. Olo, you're up.
Alright. So the one up top is mostly melted. The one
Yeah.
in the middle is pretty much unharmed, and the one at the bottom is being murdered by everything.
Yeah, the one at the top and the bottom, kind of equal in how much living vegetation is left on them. The one in the center, majority of it has been hurt a bit, but not much.
Alright, I'm gonna turn to the one at the top and Hit him with a booming.
Booming blade. Go for it. Cowabunga
25
strikes
hit.
true.
30 points of damage, 11 fire, 8 thunder.
Yeah, you feel like the fire is not having as much effect as this awesome blade normally does.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm just toggling off the global damage modifier before I fuck up Halo Spores again.
But it's always fun when I see that. Alright. It is
2 more
barely
points of necrotic as well.
It is barely shambling.
I
Alright.
will barely priest to just hit it again.
You're gonna War Priest it? Go for it.
Every day he shambles.
And you slay it, just with your modifier. A small part of me wanted Lucano to steal it from you, but nah. You take it. Mark off that War Priest.
It's probably going to take a while to slump over. If she just, like, stabs it, I'm totally going to give her credit.
Oh no, she's not doing that. Here's what she does. She charges through it, making a Lucano-shaped hole as it's crumbling down, like on one of those Japanese game shows where they've got to match the symbol. You see it in there for a split second as she strikes down on this central one.
Does she do the unnecessary anime run where the sword's dragging behind her?
Oh, is there another way to do it?
I'm slowly falling in equal chord in love with this crazy person.
As she strikes successfully on the first 2 swipes, but the third one gets caught, like the second attack gets caught a bit, and as she tries to quickly do the third attack, it misses. Alright, Orvex, you are up. Oh, thanks. Alright, well, I'm going to go move in and shoot this one. Oh, solid plan, Orvex. And he's going to shoot the one that he has advantage on, because why not? Kapow! He deals successfully. And you know what? Orvex is pretty happy right now. It's been a while that he's been able to do sustained damage against targets that aren't resistant to him. So he's pretty chuffed. Alright, Water Elemental. What is it doing?
Let's use that cool ability, man.
You're whelming
Let's
it up?
do this whelm.
Let's hope it's not underwhelming.
I'm hoping.
Alright, strength saving throw, I believe. What is that? Alright, it rolls at 23. So what happens when it succeeds on the strength saving throw? I'm just gonna... Each creature in the elemental space must make it on a failure, blah, 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 if it's small level. If saving throw is successful, the target is pushed out of the elemental space. The elemental can grab 1 life. Okay, so I guess it's pushed over there. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. Sure. It tries to whelm it and it pushes it out of the way, but it is still within the reach of this giant constrictor, so it is still grappled and restrained. And is that it? Yeah. Do you want the water elemental to move anywhere?
Yeah, maybe I'll give people some room, so maybe I'll have it go to here.
Okay. Moves over there, and I'll make an attack on it with disadvantage. And that misses. Yep. And yeah, I guess that's it. Alright, Giant Constrictor. Is he going to continue constricting?
He will.
He has advantage on said constriction.
Just take damage at this point?
I think it still has to roll to hit. Yeah, it still has to... That's interesting.
Did Restrain do anything to his saving throw?
That's a good
Never mind
point.
if it did.
Let's have a look. Does Restrain do anything for saving throws? I know for Dex it does. I'm not 100% sure about condition. Restrained. Oh, come on, hurry up and open. My internet must be running slow today, unfortunately. Ah, for restrain. Disadvantage on dex saves, not strength. Bummer. Alright, yeah, unfortunately it tries to constrict it more and it can't for some reason.
Hugging a tree.
Yep, Corridon, you're up.
All right, so the one at the bottom is wrapped up by the old snickapoo.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's dying.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. I'm going to get after this one in the middle.
Do it.
Get it?
I wish Chad was here.
And did you summon him?
Alright, all 3 hit, no crit, unfortunately. Ooh, solid damage in that butt.
39.
Nicely done. Anything else?
No, it's evident that I miss Chad.
It is evident. But you hear in your mind, like, hey, at least we got things to kill. Yeah!
So right.
Alright, 2 attacks with disadvantage against the giant constrictor. 1 hits for 7 damage. And it's going to be between Lucanu or Corridon. /D2. Corridon, you're number 1.
I know.
But it attacks Lucanu, so feel free to do whatever.
Oh no! As soon as he does that, I'm whacking the shit out of him.
I figured. Ooh, 1 successful. Nicely done.
10.
Alright. And we start round 4, Elian. There's a guy restrained to the south of you.
We're going back for him because I've got Hunter's Mark on him, so.
Hunter's Mark and advantage. So that hits. Roll your damage on the first one. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that you kill it and you want to shoot the second one at the second one.
Heck yes.
Would you like to use your bonus action to move Hunter's Mark over to it?
Yes, I would.
Alright. So it is now Hunter's Marked. And it takes 16 damage. That is not looking long for this world. Boone?
He will issue a command for the snake on its action to attack the other shambling mound, and then he will fire 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Do it. Both hit. And unless you roll insanely bad, nope, you almost do it in 1. You needed to roll like a 1 and a 2 to not kill it. You slay this beast with these 2 massive blasts of Eldritch Force, completely disintegrating the remaining vines and branches and twigs and shrubbery that was making up its form as you guys are now out of combat.
He'll hold his hand out, and that snake will squirm up towards him and gradually turn back into the staff as he, reforms it.
Done. All right.
Oh yeah. That was weird.
I will say about 5 minutes has passed since you've summoned that water elemental, Vanguard. It walked in and out, did a little performance for you, the gears rotated, and combat started not long after.
Man, those were beautiful.
I don't know what that was.
That was nature, baby.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Ola's going to double check and make sure Lizard and Creepy Skullbird and all his circus freaks are doing okay inside the shell, and then carry on.
Oh, totally. They're having a party. There's fairy bread. Wait, do you guys have fairy bread?
No, what's that?
Sorry, I said fairy bread because my daughter had it today. It's where you get bread, you put butter on it, and then you sprinkle hundreds and thousands on top.
What's hundreds of thousands?
Sprinkles.
I love what you called it.
Okay.
Well,
like
it's
the
descriptive.
colored sprinkles
Yeah,
or
they
sugar.
Just little teeny tiny dots of colored
Oh, yeah.
sprinkles.
We put those on Christmas cookies.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I think the closest we'd have to that is like cinnamon toast. Like cinnamon, it's like toasted bread with butter and cinnamon sugar.
Mm-hmm. Actually, when I was in America last, I had cinnamon toast crunch, and that was delicious.
You don't have cinnamon toast crunch?
Nope. But as we talk about sugary goods, we'll cut to a break as I'm feeling a little bit peckish, and we'll be back in roughly 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Everyone go grab a bowl of cereal.
What was that?
Yep.
Everyone go grab a bowl of cereal.
Yep.
I actually have a box of cinnamon toast crunch downstairs that my son got when he was home last weekend over Christmas over Thanksgiving break.
I'm jealous. All right, see you soon, guys.